Hey, what's up YouTube? Anaris here, bringing you the first video in a long time that features my Minecraft server. Now, for those of you who are subscribed to my main channel, you've likely already seen the spawn point and one of the castles I'm going to be showing you, but there's a lot of other stuff that's cropped up in the last couple weeks or so that I want to basically show you guys and introduce you to the server, and at the end of the video tell you how you can apply to play on it if you want to. Now, you start off here on the boat. We were kind of going for a new world approach, so this was our boat that we took to the new world. You can actually just fly over there, dip in the water, and check this bad boy out. So very nice sailing action right here, as we have some thunder off in the distance. That's kind of weird. I think an admin is messing around with some lighting. But yeah, so very, very sexy boat indeed. And heading over, you see that we actually start off on what's kind of a little makeshift boat here. We'll probably make this look a little bit better, but it gets the job done for now. It has some starter equipment, etc., that we keep refilled pretty regularly. And jumping off the boat, you see we have all of our supplies unloaded from the ship already, and we have our little tower with our tents. Everything looks pretty freaking awesome so far. And of course, we have starter beds and stuff in those chests as well. So following the road to spawn, we'll actually just jump up here, follow it, the high-speed way, flying, creative mode, and gashunk. So we are at the center of our spawning town. This is pretty much where you go to get acclimated to the server, the rules, etc. And if I zoom up here, well, looks like that has not been explored yet. So let me go open up those real quick. You can see we have lots of dungeons, etc. There we go. All right, you're just kind of getting a tour of the show mine real quick. But once I do this, all right, there we go. Now I will finally zoom up, and you can see that we modeled it after Jamestown. Now, obviously, we are much better off. You can tell by the crops and all the big structures, the mine, etc. It's much better off than the original settlers in Jamestown. But we decided, you know what, we'll just go with the theme because it's a new world, again, kind of our first permanent settlement here. And we have it complete with the epic little cannons over on each side. A partially completed building here. Again, this is just kind of just for show, you know. And here's our tent inside. This is the stables area. This is the inn, which we will run face first into. And you can see all the tables. And we have rooms for new players, crafting tables, chests as well. Pretty much stuff that you can use to go out, collect some materials in the area near Jamestown, come back for the night, because we do have the mobs turned on, and be relatively safe. Over here, we continue the well. Here is the town blacksmith. You can see it is very nicely designed, I think. And we have our non-denominational church. Felt it was kind of appropriate to have one of those. Public chests. Players come in, they'll put stuff in for other newer players, etc. We have our town library with the dysfunctional door. And I actually just broke the door because I am pretty much awesome like that. But yeah, I'll fix that in a minute. It's the library. And finally, we have the town storage area, which we head down here. It almost feels like a crypt, but we have dead bodies stuffed in the chests. No, this is pretty much just public storage area. We have a mod where you can place a sign in front of the chest and claim it as your own. Nobody else can have access to it. We do have signs as well for use. So that is the quick rundown of the town. One more thing here we actually have out beside the dock with the extra cannons and so on and whatnot. We have a little bit of a newbie center. This just kind of tells you what each block type, the major ones you're going to encounter. Obviously doesn't include everything, but I feel like we got a pretty strong basis for the raw materials. We also have the rule board, the web address, and additional information about the public areas. So that is our spawn location. Now, we already have a couple towns that have been created by players. We have a couple admin creations. And I'm actually going to show you the first. I'll actually just start out with mine because it's really close to here. So I'm going to pause the video and head right over, and we will continue on with Anaris Minecraft. And we have now arrived. This was my first project kind of a hidden area near Jamestown. Actually, it's really close. I think you can see, yeah, there's the boat over there. So just to kind of give you a frame of reference as to how close this is. But I was kind of going for a lost, not civilization, but a little lost community in Minecraft, buried under the water over the years. So this is my personal area that I have carved out from it. Fire pit using the new stone blocks in creative mode. And heading over here, this is where I've been working a lot. This is the real lost civilization area that you could see has glass keeping the water out. And if we head down, you'll see that there is a ladder that leads all the way over there. But we're going to fly over and show you some of the rooms have caved in. And you see it's very heavily overgrown. This is kind of a power area. See the redstone leading out from it. It's a smaller generator. And this is crafting, mining. This is actually a part that's not quite complete yet. I'm gonna have a rail system over here that leads off to a mine that we can access from this this location. Oh, hey, look at that gold. But yeah, this is the kind of civilization proper, where we have areas where they were doing experiments with water and lava, creating different materials. We also have some bedrooms kind of littered around in the little nooks and crannies, different styles, kind of different tastes. And this is the bulk sleeping area, lots of bunk beds around here. And up here, don't have anything in that room yet. Nothing in that room. That's just kind of a placeholder for the beds. And over here, we have the bakery with lots of cakes. Don't ask me how they've survived through hundreds of years. I don't know. The previous inhabitants were just amazing cooks. That's all I can offer as an explanation. And here is the freezer, which we'll get to in just a second. But you see up there, we also have the sugar cane growing as well. That might be the key to this whole operation. I don't know. I'll have to do further digging. This is the freezer where they store their materials. See, I've kind of got some mushrooms, some melons. I'm very much looking forward to a content patch where we have more items and stuff to place around. But this is the freezer. So heading out, we have what I'm working on right now, which I will say, I'll show this to you, but it's only like 30-40% done, is my power generator. And you can see, again, it's kind of a rough draft. Going to be replacing some of these pipes, etc. But this just kind of shows you the overall layout. You see the redstone wiring on the floor. I have it lit up with redstone torches underneath the ground. And then inside of it, I mean, obviously just pure lava flowing down. And also over here, this is just kind of an experiment that I was running. I'm going to expand out this room and put a control center. And if you want to experiment with the reactor, of course, you walk over here and stick your hand in the lava and then have it melt and then realize it's not a reactor, it's a giant pillar with lava inside. But we will leave that to your imagination. Okay, so we do have plenty of other things. Let's go and head over to No Kills Castle. That was the castle that you saw in my other video on my main channel, where the castle was like 2/3 complete, something like that. Let's go check on the progress of that real quick. And we have arrived at No Kills Island, where a lighthouse showed us the first point of entry. Heading over, this boat should look familiar. Ironically enough, it was made by two different people. Different times, even. This one was made shortly after the first one, I believe. But this is that town that I showed you in the first video. I don't think it's changed a whole lot since then. I mean, we look around and we recognize pretty much the same stuff as was there a week or so ago. Again, like I said, No Kill, I believe, is going to continue this once he is completely finished with his castle, which we will head over to in just a minute. That's on the opposite side of this island. You can see the bazaar area looks very nice. I do like the different colored coverings for each shop location. And yeah, I believe the castle, actually, it's pretty neat. He has this entire area walled off. You could see the wall down there against the border of the shore. And I believe we're going to be coming up on it in just a second here, trying to get it to load. Come on. Come on, Minecraft server. You could do it. Good boy. Come on. Come on. Oh, alright. I'm going to have to get out and push. Alright, I have pushed. I have pulled. We are now on the move once again. We've arrived at No Kills Castle, which there is the entry point and the bridge leading to the castle proper, which is, well, pretty freaking massive. Let me just kind of zoom out for a little bit here and show you how big this thing actually is. Now again, this is a design by actually the design was by Revolve. It was recreated by a player named No Kill on our server. And just kind of giving you a side shot. Keep in mind, some of these chunks are loading kind of slow, so I may end up running into some ground that hasn't fully uncovered yet, but I'm going to try to stick with what we have. And that is the side of the walls, and heading back to the rear. Pretty similar on this side as well. Kind of goes that way all the way around, and a top-down view shows you that grass has been put in since the first video, and also will show you the interior, which I believe is about 20% complete or so. Looking at the ground, you could see very nice design for it. Definitely a lot of work going into this project. So yeah, this is definitely one of the bigger things that we have going on the server right now, but still, nonetheless, we have a lot of other stuff to show you here. So we'll see if I can find the way out. Aha! We'll use one of the walkways out to the tower, which looks like the foundation for it's completed at least. Okay. All right, cool. So this is the outer interior with you could see the Enderman moving around, doing what they do with the blocks. Fortunately, on the server, we have a mod that makes it so that way Endermen don't steal blocks. When they pick up a block, they make a duplicate and take it with them. So, don't have to worry quite as much about the Griefermen running around, doing what they do best. So now you've seen No Kills Castle. We're kind of down in the underbelly now, where it's still a lot of work to be done. But I thought this was definitely worth showing off. Just the fact that it's only partially complete, and it looks pretty much amazing as is. Definitely put this on the top of my to check out weekly list. So we're going to head on, and we're actually going to check out another island where we have one of our admins working on creating a large-scale NPC village, as well as being the official manager of 8-Bit Island, a project that was just started recently for art, etc. So let's head that way. Oh my god, a wild Snorlax appears! This is Nautic, one of the administrators here in the Minecraft server. This is actually the island that Nautic is working on, which again has the cool island wall type deal going on. And basically it is a ridiculously large-scale NPC village, just kind of taking various structures from around the world, arranging them in such a way that it creates a very large community. For what purpose? No one knows. But we do have, tucked away over in the corner, we have Ye Old Porn Shop, which you can see has all of the windows blocked off. You go in, and it's a very dark room, and that's pretty much all there is to it. But that made me LOL pretty hard. So, continuing around the island, you see tons of NPC structures. There's the tower. There's the lights. We see this is actually a road. Nautic is working on creating a large-scale public infrastructure here to bring all these small villages together. And then if you saw off in the distance when I started over there, we had a castle, which I will head over to in just a minute. But let's actually head over here to 8-Bit Island. This is a project that was initially started by Nautic, but will be expanded on by other players as we kind of have, or we kind of see, how creative they are, etc. This is pretty much just going to be a showcase of artwork. You see we have Ghost, we have Kirby. So Boo, Kirby, Nyan Cat. Over there, we had to recreate Nyan Cat. I mean, it was the staple on the first server. Everybody that spawned in saw Nyan Cat right off the bat. So we have a Pac-Man Ghost. We also have a Final Fantasy Wizard. We have a... Oh, God. I can already hear it. The nerds are going to be raging right now that I don't recognize what this is. I'm sorry. Please don't hate me. And then Yoshi sitting over here wrapping this up. But wait, what is this? StarCraft 2. That is one heck of a sexy sign. This is actually made by No Kill, the same person that is working on that that big castle. So obviously it's double-sided. I mean, it's single layer, so it's going to be double-sided. But finally, over here we have the lodge, the 8-bit lodge, with the cool little pool, and I think it has beds, etc. inside of it. We'll just kind of snoop around the windows, because flying on an interior is quite difficult. But you see there's a carpet in there, plenty of lighting, and some bookshelves. All the cool stuff you need for a lodge. Even has a little campfire area, or not campfire, but a fireplace there. And let's head back over and check out that castle super quick like. And then we're going to head over to the New Players Village. Now, that was basically, I think it was the first independently created town. And by independently, I mean admins didn't come together and, arrange all the infrastructure. It was just entirely player-based. So, real quick, this is Roscoe Chisel's castle. He has funny story behind it. I'll tell it in another video. Basically, somebody accidentally his entire castle over the period of about 5 seconds, and so he had to remake it. But he has done so very well, I feel, that it looks quite nice, and it looks like it kind of overlooks the town that Nautic has made. So this is where the king lives, and all the peasants rejoice. And we'll find our way out of here, maybe. We're stuck in an infinite loop. I think we just come around here, and we'll be good to go. I do like the lighting fixtures, though. Yes! An exit! Doo-doo-doo. This is where the king addresses his minions in his court, right here in this balcony. But now we are going to head over to the new town, which is actually pretty close to Jamestown as well, which I believe we are very not far away from. So we'll just head over there real quick. On the way to the village, I did find what looks like a partially complete community or single person's project. I'm not too sure, but it looks like I like the architectural style. That's kind of what grabbed my attention here. Is good usage of all types of blocks. Looking around here, you see there's a nice little design. I like the angles, the slopes especially. But see how they use the brush to create bushes. And does that sign tell us whose it is? No, it does not. We have the rubbish bin, so obviously lots of rubbish in there. The center of town with a little tree and the fountain, and just overall a very nice little place. So I'm going to head on, continue on our journey now to find the long lost new town. We call it the newbie town, even though it's not really for newbies. It's just kind of where all the new players ended up at. So, anyways, let's continue on there. We have finally arrived at the new town, new player town, whatever you want to call it. Again, this was created entirely by players, non-admins. So, heading down into the center area of town, we have, I think there's a church, a job board, there's all kinds of stuff littered around. So let's see if we can take a look. Ah, here we go. So here is a list of the current members of the village, including Cow, Banana, Nana. There's the poor sheep that wants to get in there oh so bad. Look at him. I wanna, but I can't. So let's look around a little bit more. God, I feel so bad for that sheep now. Uh-oh, looks like somebody might have a little bit of a structural design flaw with their house. Some of these materials are not suggested to mix, but we'll just let that run its course. Some people need to learn the hard way, I guess. Tough love. But this is the center of town where they have... This is actually where you get jobs. I'm not too sure exactly what some of these entail, but I believe that There is some sort of economy system going on the server right now, which may or may be involved with this. I believe this is where the jobs that you can take will be... Wait, what? Someone's been taking our stuff, meeting between the big five. Looks like some crazy shenanigans going on here. Gonna have to watch out. Gotta watch your back in this town. There's the portal to the Nether. And just look like a couple of general rules. Dead mines! So we have the public mine area down here, which looks like... I mean, hey, it's a public mine. Pretty much as you would expect any public mine to look. Lots of mining stuff, so we're not going to head down into that, because I feel like most of you already kind of know what a mine looks like. So, continuing to look around, we have some structures that are still being worked on. I believe we saw one on the way in. And we also have what I believe is a church over here, I think. I would take a guess and state that yes, this is a church. It actually looks quite nice, too. So, nowhere to sit. That's okay. It's a standing room only church. But it looks like they have some nether portals down here. Oh, just a nether portal, I believe. Nope, two. Two? Huh, okay. Well, they went 2 nether portals. And a very long drop to the bottom. That's actually really cool. Huh. So that is the church of the new player town. Next up, we have another NPC village that was kind of retrofitted with a wall and a boat over here. A couple of these structures were actually added in after the fact. Again, I believe this is just a couple players or a couple administrators. They wanted to get together and kind of condense some of the NPC villages that they have around the area into one central location. They added in a couple things, like they added in this water system right here. How the water starts flowing, comes down, and enters in through that gated area, which you could see actually has the water right there, and continues to flow all the way down through the town as water should. And then finally, I think this will be the last thing we have for this video. Oh, no way, I got one more thing to show off. Finally, this is a giant project that the administrators are doing. Kind of a civilization built into the rocks here. Obviously, not even close to being finished, as the demolition's done. And I think they're calling it FU Village. I can't possibly imagine why. I mean, I thought that maybe perhaps they were trying to call it the Food Village, and they just misspelled the ood with a U. But I don't know. I can't possibly imagine what they would mean by that. So yeah, I've got one more thing to show you actually now that I remember, and then we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. So we'll head over there real quick. Science! And we are here at what is called the Imperial City, created by another player here on the Minecraft server. Entering down, you see basically giant stone circle with one big old honking tower here. You can see he's doing a lot of terraforming right now, having to dig all this stuff out, but I believe the expansion plans are quite big. And, well, this thing itself is pretty darn huge, man, I gotta admit. Let's head inside and see if we can find any cool things. Wait, what? Is it? Huh. I think maybe this is possibly something that's quite awesome that I frankly have no idea how to use. Head to the Dragon's Nest in times of peril. So I feel like this would be a perilous time for us, seeing as how we just messed up the cake piston thing. So we're just going to head up real quick and see what awaits us in the Dragon's Nest. I feel like we should be playing some intense music. The first thing that comes to mind is that Jeez, this is really huge. We're just gonna skip this right here. Oh, look, hey, we're here. Check that out. Wow. So that's a view, and that's quite a view. You stupid cloud. Get out of the way, cloud. Not even a person. You shouldn't be up here. And yeah, so this is just kind of a general overview of what the Imperial City looks like. I believe, like I said, there's going to be more projects coming along the way for us in the coming months as we have plenty of people coming onto the server. Yeah, so if you want to play here, pretty much the easiest way is to go to the website in the video description. That is anaris.4motion.com. Those are free little placeholder forms that we're taking applications at. Don't apply in the comment section. Okay? That will be a good way to never get on the server. Apply at the website, and ooh, what's in here? And whoa! Oh God, that's not healthy at all. And now we're stuck. Great. That's just great. So I think we're safe for the moment. But anyways, yes, you can. Thank God for creative mode, right? You can apply at the website again, anaris.4motion.com, and the application, what it needs to contain. Well, we'll leave that up to you. Basically, if you put in a one-liner application that says, "Hey, I'd like to play in the server, okay, thanks," and yes, we have had that happen, we're probably not only going to deny it, but sticky it for other people to laugh at. You will need to post more information than just you want to play in the server. That's pretty much established because you're creating the application. Give us some information about you. This is going to be, think of it as your first creation on our server. Minecraft is a game where you try to be creative and make stuff. Well, think of your application as the very first thing you're making. Do you want to make something that looks like a one piece of cobblestone, or do you want to make something a little cool looking that may make us want to go through the effort of allowing you on the server and, you know, engaging you as a member of the community? So just keep that in mind. You'll even find guidelines on the application page. Very simple, but now we also don't allow, you know, only elite builders on here either. Just put a minimal amount of effort on your application. Basically, we're going to assume that you're not a brick, that you do know how to type. So that's kind of one of the requirements. We don't allow bricks on the server. Ooh, okay, I'm going to have a lawsuit against us coming for that. But anyways, I just want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found the architectural designs, styles somewhat pleasing and overall fun to watch. If you have any comments, be sure to leave them. And of course, if you want to play in the server, again, you don't have to be a Minecraft pro. You just have to show that you're some kind of not a robot or a brick. That's pretty much it. All right, we'll see you in the next video. Oh, yeah, one more thing. I just wanted to give you an overview of what our current map looks like. We have mapped out the borders to 3.5K in each direction, and we have a world guard in place to pretty much prevent the world from getting too big. But basically, you could see we already have a lot of land scouted out, and even more that just, you know, nobody's touched it yet. We have plenty of room for new players. Just to kind of give you an idea, this is Jamestown. We'll just zoom in here right quick and show you. You saw the scale of it in the video, and you see, okay, it's pretty big from this angle. But if you zoom all the way out, it's really freaking small. You see how much land there is that hasn't been claimed. And I think actually somebody's working on a football stadium right there, which is pretty freaking cool, actually. But this is actually how I find some of the new projects going on. Like here is that castle from the beginning of the video. Also, one thing that's kind of interesting, there's a bug with 1.8.1 where the new block, the stone bricks, won't show up on the map. So you see this is the castle without any of the stone bricks. But there's some other structures I didn't show you as well. I think some of them are kind of private, some of them aren't completed yet. And yeah, so the big thing to take away from this is that there is just so much land that has not been touched. See, here's a whole mountain range that nobody has even laid claim to. You see there are a couple of border things around here. This was before we had our border guard mod installed that let individual players claim specific areas to prevent other players from griefing. When the server first came up, we used wool to kind of show where players could and could not build. But yeah, this is just an overview of the map, and there's that ravine I was talking about. Not quite as complete as what you saw in the video. I think this is from the 27th. As of this recording, it is the September 30th, but there is still plenty of room for you guys to build in. Of course, there's the new player town as well as the church, everything like that. And then finally, the last place we went to was the Imperial Village, which is right over here. So you saw a building as big as the scale as what we saw. It only takes up this much space in the whole freaking map. So you can barely even see it right there. But yeah, so that is just kind of an overview of the map. I wanted to show this to you as well. Again, just kind of give you guys an idea of the scope. And, oh, wow, that sign was taken down. That wasn't there when we did the recording. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got. So I actually will be putting up periodically versions of our updates of our map from the server, like once a week. The reason I don't put it up every day is because like this map right now is it's 140 meg picture. It's like 32,000 by 20,000 in size, something like that. And yeah, so it is obnoxiously huge, but you can just kind of get an idea of how everything looks, and I still don't even know what this is. I have no clue. It's an admin project, that's all I know. But I know in the future we're going to be creating, this is actually really cool, we're going to be creating somewhere around here a giant coliseum where we're going to have player battles, players versus giant zombies, players versus waves of things, and we're going to have like diamond rewards, kind of a gladiator arena style thing. We're even going to have it so that way we can flood it and people can duel in boats and stuff like that, as well as I think we're going to have a Spleef arena as well. So anyways, just going to keep that in mind. Projects coming down the road. We'll, of course, have our hidden chest game where there is a chest somewhere hidden around this area, and it contains diamond armor, diamond tools, all sorts of fun stuff, and just kind of generally things you can kind of keep an eye out for that can help you along the way. So with that, I really am going to wrap up this video this time. Make sure to apply if you want to play. Otherwise, leave a comment. Let us know what you want to see in the server. And if you haven't picked up Minecraft yet, well, you definitely should. It's like $20, and it's definitely worth it. All right. See you next time.